All right, so welcome everyone to what we are going to be doing at Tech Tuesday today, and that is Google Doc Bingo as well as Google Slides Bingo, but that'll be on a separate video. And I just wanted to go over some of the features that exist in Google Docs that if you're not familiar. So one of the first things that I'll do is I'll just use an example, something I've created in my class, a vocabulary over some terms we're learning here in CI or Contemporary Issues in America. And one of the main features, outside of it just being a Word document, is the ability to share, right? And so we created this together, Dave Hunter and Chris and Ron and I. And so what you can do is you can type in anyone's name. So I'm going to type in my own name. That would be kind of silly to share it with myself, but often you can auto-find that, or you can click this link, and this will give you basically a copy, and then you can put that anywhere, like on Schoology, or if you were to give your students this web link that you can allow them access to this document, and you can give them different levels of access. You can allow them to edit it, so it's a live document, so they can change or delete. You can allow them to just comment, or you can allow them to simply view it. So our next little box here is comments and suggested edits. So in any shared document you can also comment. This is a great feature, especially with students, is that you could add any text that you highlight, and you could suggest like a change font, right? And so there, this comment is over here, and you can reply or you can resolve this comment and it'll go away. So this is a great way if you were giving students feedback or working on something with staff, if you were creating common assessments. So the comment feature is really helpful for even having students review their own work. Highlight text is a pretty simple one, but in case you didn't know, you could allow students to go in, or you could do yourself, and you could not just highlight the text, but you could highlight just like you would use a marker, and there everything gets highlighted. You can choose any color. So I've had students go through a document and highlight all the things that are related to presidential powers versus everything, highlight everything in a different color that's related to congressional power. Moving on, another cool feature that might be unknown. I'm going to skip a lot of the basics of kind of word processing. If you've used Microsoft Office or Pages before, then you're probably familiar with some of this. But this is the research tool, and if we go over here to tools and we go to research, one of the cool things that can happen is you can track, you kind of have a little bit of a web search tool here, as well as it'll cite all of these. So I could add this as a footnote, right? That if I really think that this is related to my research here, I footnote it, and there it pops up automatically. This is a great way to have students more actively, right? And if I just delete it, then it goes away. More actively cite their resources and be looking for things. And this is a Google search, right? So if I wanted to find a picture, right, I have little icons here with each tech word, but if I wanted to do president, right, and I just searched, right, then all of these presidents, right, I could just drag this right into this document, and then I don't even have to go into Google, and then it automatically also, right, gives me the link. So this is a great resource for students to do, so that, or staff, so we don't get those copyright issues. Moving on, another one is add-on features. I really like this. This is a real big help. And one, you can go on and you can get add-ons and you can kind of see, but I'll show you just one, and that is Lucidcharts. So what I can do is I can just insert a diagram. I don't know if you've ever had to play around with, messing around with, shapes and circles and lines and arrows, but Lucidcharts will allow you to just create a flowchart or a diagram simply provided by them, and then you can edit this as you see fit right live in your Google Docs. So if you wanted to create a flowchart about, I don't know, the life cycle or a chemical equation or the steps to do in a math equation, those might be a good resource. Additionally, we can make a copy of a doc. This is some simple stuff, but one, if you want to make a copy of your own, if someone shared this with you, or you have one with students, or you want to keep a clean blank copy, you can make a copy as well as you can move it. Another thing, the next box is to see revision history. And this will show you all of what is done in the document. And you can also go back. So if anyone were to ever really trash your document, you could see what this looks like. So I'm going to restore this to its original format, right? And anything in green is what I've done, Josh here in green. But if we go here, you can see that, right, I've restored this back in time. Now I don't like that, right? So I'm going to go with the most current version, right? And I'm going to undo that. So this allows me to really get in and see what happened in our document versus what is going on in the past. Moving on, pretty simple stuff, but once again, if you don't know where it is, sometimes it can be a pain. But if you click on our, all right, let's get out of revision history then. Here we go. So once again, there's orientation. So if you want to change the paper size or landscape versus portrait, or margins, and you can kind of set your default to 1/2 an inch. That's what I did. So that's where that lives. Additionally, you can do the find or replace. So let's assume I realized I use a different word with all my students, and that I really don't want to go through and change every single word. So if I look for the word foreign, right, and I want to replace that with national, right, and I just match all, and I'm going to replace all, and simply you can see what was once, right, foreign policy is now national policy. Now I'm going to undo that with Control Z or Command Z. Moving on, other things, there's headers and footers, right, just like any other Word document, and that is insert, right, so down here, header, footer, if you want anything on every page. Moving on, inserting is a really handy tool, right, you can insert any image. So if you simply want to drag it from your desktop into here, you can use your Google Drive. You can go straight from search, or you can just upload simply from your computer. So if I wanted to upload a picture, I don't know, that's a bad example, a collage. Let's see here. Let's go to desktop. I think I have a screenshot, right, of this, right? If I just want to include this in this document for whatever purpose, then it's just a simple upload. If you want to link anything, so let's assume you wanted to, I don't know, link this to a web page, you would just post in the web link here, right?
Good morning, PHS.
So continuing to move on, another thing that you can do, you've seen I've used it here, is create a table, and that's as simple as insert table, right, and then there's the functions here. But one thing I'd like to show you is simply if you want to just highlight some text and create a box around it, this is the quickest and easiest way that I've found, and then all you need to do is just delete the table to get rid of that. Additionally, the next bingo box is special characters. So if you have any, if you speak Spanish, or you want some arrows or any math symbols or scientific symbols, you can do that. You can also draw a symbol here, which is really helpful. You can create your own kind of custom symbols and then insert those into Google Docs. If we keep moving on, so some simple things like numbering and bullets, they kind of hide those, so this is why I'm highlighting this, so you can number, right, or bullet anything. This is also indentations, increase and decrease, and then you can just clear all the formatting on any selected text. If we keep on moving on, the only other things are colors. So one, we can change any color at any time. Right, this is the nice thing about working online, is you can make colored copies and you don't have to, print them all out. So that's a highlight, but if I just didn't want to do that, and I hit none, right, but if I want the text to change to good old red, this will allow me to do that. If we keep on going on, you can also insert borders, which I am having a hard time finding right now. So I'm going to simply, all right, yeah, that's a bad example. Borders live somewhere here. We're almost at the class change. I want to get this in quickly. But I can show you this one a little bit later on. Let's see if there's any other ones. If you go to View, you can make this full screen so that all the other stuff goes away. All you need to do is hit Escape to bring it back into kind of edit mode. This style of text, right? Simply, you can have a bunch of different things as well as different headings and subtitles. So if you want to change that, that's an added feature. And using templates is when you create a new document, right, that you can simply choose a template. So if we go here, I think I'm going to have to actually show you guys this in our session today. And our last one is editing an image. Just keep in mind that any image, one, you can change its setting, but two, if you go to Format, you can crop the image or you can reset the image. So those are some quick handy tools. Hopefully that helps. So hopefully we got most of our bingo outside of table of contents and templates, but more to come about that. Guys, have a good one.